Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Marco from Marco and Son Heating. It's Saturday, and one of my customers called me this morning with an error code message in one of those side discharge units that we installed last year. So we've been doing these units for about more than a year. Actually, a year, I would say, to be exactly. We installed this unit on May 2025. And we never had any issues with any of the equipment that we installed so far. So this is my first troubleshooting on this piece of equipment. It's a heat pump, a 3-ton, and the customer is saying that the thermostat is showing 13 heat pump high pressure lockout. I already asked her over the phone if the air filter was replaced recently, and she confirmed that it was replaced like a week ago. I checked the history, and it seems starting yesterday the unit started running on high pressure all of a sudden. I didn't have the iCloud support services with this unit when we installed it. Actually, I just made the customer to allow me to check the settings on this unit, and I was able to just see the error messages from yesterday, but nothing else before that. So it seems it was working just fine, and all of a sudden start giving you this H13, 13 high pressure error code message on the thermostat. So this is going to be my first troubleshooting on this unit. I never checked these systems before. Of course, I took the trainings and everything that is involved in order to troubleshoot this type of systems. I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be able to find out what the problem is. I'm going to try to record the process of doing the troubleshooting, so that way this will help another contractors to get involved on this type of systems, because in my opinion this is the future. And I will try to explain as I go on the troubleshooting, but like I said, this is my first time, so it might gonna take me a little bit longer to explain what I'm doing it, because I've never done it before. I never troubleshoot the systems in the past year since we've been installing it. This is the first time that we have an issue. Stay tuned, and we'll see you there.
Okay, here we go. The unit was in lockout on code 13 with the high pressure. So what I did was, before I reset it, I checked the resistance on the high pressure switch right here. Well, it's not a switch, but a thermistor, and I was getting some resistance, so it wasn't open low. So, and then I checked the voltage coming out, and it was 0 DC volts. So that was telling the unit that it wasn't sending any voltage to the actual pressure. So I cycled the unit back on, so I reset the monitor control that we have there, and I was just able to reset the code. Now it's up and running on heating mode. Now the way I test it now is the high pressure sensor right here is supposed to be reading less than 2 DC volts, so that means it's under 200 PSI or close to, less than 300 PSI. So we have 1.1 volts. That means 283 PSI. So as far as the pressure, the system is not overcharged, and we don't see any restrictions so far. The system has been running for about 5 minutes. So I'm gonna let it run a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna run a system test and see if there's any other error messages regarding about the code 13. Alright. Okay, so the pressure, resistance, and the actual voltage coming out into the actual switch, that's fine. So all the part of the board is sending the right inputs, and the switch is responding to that, so nothing is wrong with this. I just put the thermostat on running test, as you can see right there, so that way I can see if there's any issues with the code 13, because once the system runs in test mode, it'll tell me if there's any subcodes related to the code 13. So it could be 13 or 1 or 2 or 3, and I think it's all 4 as well. It depends on those codes. After the test, I can see exactly what's going on. So once I receive that subcode, if it is 1, I'll let you guys know what that code means and what we need to do in order to fix that problem. Stay tuned. Okay, so after running the unit for about 10 minutes in test mode, everything came on just fine. There's nothing wrong with the pressure, superheat subcooling is okay. and we already set it back to the regular settings. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. So I guess it was a glitch on the software, but if it happens again, I guess we will start it with the pressure sensor and go from there. All right, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.